Hello, core artisans. My name is Shonda, and welcome to my channel under the Needle Quilting and Crafts. This is part two. I had already filmed this video, and then got to the end of it and went to upload it, and realized that I didn't have any sound, none. But at least, hopefully. Since I've already done this once, the second video will be shorter because the first video was damn near 40 minutes. So now, hopefully, since this is part two or take two, I can get it more consolidated. So, okay. This is Thankful Thursday on a Friday, but on purpose this time. On purpose, because I had purchased some yarn and I was waiting for one of the purchases to come in the mail, and it came today. And so I wanted to wait on purpose this time. So what am I thankful for? I am thankful for family. I am a introverted, solitary person. Like, I can literally go 2, 3, 4, 5 days and not talk to another living person and be fine. Like, a lot of people, like in 2020, when the thing happened, a lot of people felt isolated. I did not. I didn't feel isolated at all. That was like the best time. As far as like not having to interact with people, it was a good time for me. Like, I just don't need interaction as much as other people do. But I tend to be drawn to people who are the opposite of me. Because my fiance, Adrian, there is no way. If he had to go 24 hours and not talk to a person, like, that would be difficult for, like, he would suffer. He would feel that immediately. And I would not. Like, I could easily go a full week and not have a conversation with another human being and be okay. He can't do that. People are different. So I'm just glad that I have family, because although I think I don't need interaction, I know that as a human, we do all need interaction, no matter what that looks like. And we need interaction, we need community. Even if we think we don't, on some level we do. Even if we choose not to engage fully, we need to know that that community is there. And my community is my family. And I am super grateful and super thankful for them, because they are not like me. The vast majority of my family are extroverts, and they like to talk, and they mix, and they want to, that's just not who I am. But I am grateful for them. And it took me a long time to be comfortable in my own skin, in my own family. Because when you are an introvert surrounded by a bunch of people that like people that like to talk to people, extroverts, you know, you start to feel like, am I in the wrong family? I'm not. There are some introverted people in my family, but a lot of those people don't come around because they are introverted. And I force myself to be around my family because I understand that even if I feel like I don't want to go, I don't feel like going, I've never regretted going. So when my family is having functions, things, in my head, I'll be like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I just want to stay home and sew, stay home and crochet, stay home and watch TV. I have never once gone and regretted going. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Because we had a function on the weekend, and I It was on Saturday, and I was like, I want to go. I just want to stay home. I want to sew. I want to crochet. I don't feel like going. I don't feel like going. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. But I went, and I had a good time. And that's important. And so I am thankful for my family. So, I recently bought, so I told you guys that the reason why I waited to do this video was because I was waiting for a shipment to come from for a yarn that I purchased. So I recently purchased a crap ton of yarn. My apologies. I had to use the restroom. I don't remember exactly where I left off, but it was about yarn and purchasing yarn. So Joanne had a massive yarn sale. Normally when Joanne puts their yarn on sale, it's a doorbuster. And oh my God. So my dehumidifier decided to kick on. So hopefully it's not putting off too much noise. So Joanne had a massive yarn sale. And like I said, normally when they put their yarn on sale, it's a doorbuster. And so you can't put a coupon on top of it because they don't let you put your coupons on top of a doorbuster. But this time they did a coupon and it wasn't a doorbuster. And so I could stack a coupon on top of it. And so, man, they had some yarn on sale and I bought a crap ton of yarn. So first, Tony Lipsy over at TL Yarn Crafts is doing a crochet along starting November 16th. Now I'm going back into the office next week. Sorry, well, yeah, it's next week, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So today is Friday. So between Monday and Friday, I'm supposed to go into the office 3 days, right? Now, Monday, I won't be going in because I'm on PTO because Adrian and I are taking a bus trip to Georgia to go see a football game. And so I'm only going to have to go in 2 days this week or next week unless I choose to take another vacation day, which is a possibility because I need to get my badge. My badge, it's been 4.5 years since I went into the office and my badge is not active anymore. So I had to request a new one and I'm not sure if it's going to be here by Monday. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I'm going to at least be going into the office one day next week. The crochet along that Tony is doing starts November 16th. So I will definitely be back in the office at that point. And the project that she's doing is a sampler. So we are making individual squares and then we will seam those squares together to make a full blanket, right? Now, I'm thinking, okay, this would be a good work project, right? Because it's going to be kind of difficult to do a large project at work, right? I'm looking for something that I can do at work. So when I'm on conference calls, when I'm on my breaks, I want something that I can work on. But trying to work on something big is going to be kind of awkward. But I'm thinking this would be the perfect kind of introduction of a crochet project to do at work. And I'm doing a sampler. I'm learning different stitches. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And this project was relatively inexpensive because all you need, not all, but you just need 4 skeins of Lion Brand Pound of Love, right? So Lion Brand Pound of Love is normally about $12 a skein. So that would be like $48 plus tax, so $50, right? But Joanne had a sale on Lion Brand Pound of Love, and it was not a doorbuster, so I was able to stack a coupon on top of it, and so I was able to get it for $6.74 a skein. And so initially what I had chosen was something a bit monochromatic. So I chose 2 grays and 2 blues. So originally this was my plan. So I'm buying online, picking up in store. And I wanted this kind of, oh, that's the wrong, yeah, no, that's right. So originally I was going to go with a light gray, a dark gray, and these 2 different blues here. But this particular gray was canceled from my order because they said it was out of stock. So then I had to start reconsidering and thinking and try to figure out what I wanted to do. So then I decided to do let me get the color. Let's get all this together. These 4. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. Now, this particular color was not available at Joann at all. So I had to order it directly from Lion Brand, which is why video is coming to you on a Friday. I did not forget to make a video. I did not run out of time to make a video. I was specifically waiting for this yarn to come in because I want to know what you guys think about these colors. So do you think these 4? So I'm considering these 4 colors or these 4 colors. So let me know in the comments which one you think. The gray, which is called elephant gray, or this orange, which is called pumpkin pie. That's what it's called, right? Pumpkin pie. Yeah, pumpkin pie. Let me know what you think, because I wanted to wait for that it's called this color here. It's called terracotta. And it was not available at Joann at all. I had to order this directly from the Lion Brand website, like I said. So it didn't come. Whereas yesterday I went and picked up these. I picked these up. I ordered online, picked up in store at Joann.com, right? But this I had to wait to come from Lion Brand. So that is why I waited to make this video, because I want you guys' opinion on which color scheme you think would be better. If you think we would be better with the this color scheme with the pumpkin pie, or this color scheme with the elephant gray. That right there on top is the elephant gray. Let me know what you think. I know what I think. I want to know what you guys think. So that was why I waited to make this video until today. So that's one. I also bought a bunch of other yarn. A crap ton of it. So what I did this time, because in the past I've purchased yarn, and when I buy it, it's like I buy the yarn and then I get it home and it's like, what am I going to do with this yarn? So this time I decided to work backwards. So I saw the yarn that was on sale, and then I hunted for projects that would work with the yarn that was on sale, right? So here we go. So I saw some projects. So I saw this shawl here, right? And I'm like, oh, this is gorgeous. And this shawl or wrap uses Lion Brand Hue and Me, right? And Joanne had this yarn on sale. And they also had it was on sale, but it wasn't a doorbuster. So again, I could use a coupon on top of it. So I was able to get this yarn. I want to pull up I don't know what the original price is, but I got the yarn for $3.03 a skein, which I believe is more than half off, if I'm not mistaken. So I bought enough to do 2 different projects. This project here, and you see I've got it labeled Healing Me for this wrap. And this is a great work project. And then I also bought enough to do this project here, which is the Dina cardigan, or Dina Cardi, also by TL Yarn Crafts. And I'm like, okay, cool. That'd be great. Now this project uses worsted weight yarn. I'm using a bulky weight yarn. So I'm just going to do it in a size smaller than what I would normally wear, or I'm going to do it in the normal size, but just know that it's going to be larger. But I think I'm just going to make the smaller size and hope that the bulky yarn makes it big enough for me to fit my fat ass into it. That's what I'm hoping for. Lion Brand also had their anti-pilling, what do they call it? Basic Stitch anti-pill yarn. But specifically, I bought the skein tones because I saw this wrap here and I liked it. And I was like, okay, this would be a great project. And so it uses 10 skeins of that yarn. And when I went on the website, they didn't have 10 skeins available for pickup, but they had at least 5 colors. So I got 2 each of 5 different colors. So my wrap won't have all 10 colors, but it'll have 5 of them. And so that's how I'm going to make mine. So I will be making this shawl here. Anywho, so that's what I'm going to be doing with the yarn that I purchased. Now, as far as what I'm working on, I have not sewn much. I haven't sewn much. I haven't crocheted a lot. I've done a lot of yarn shopping. I've done a lot of yarn looking. I've done a lot of pattern searching. I've done all of that. I've been looking at so many patterns, both quilt and crochet. And yeah, a lot of looking, a lot of Google searching, a lot of online shopping, some online buying, but not a lot of actual doing. Okay, so I did sew a little bit, but it's still actually on my machine because I'm just chain piecing things through, and I haven't pulled it off the machine and ironed it. Like, there's really nothing to show there. There's really not, as far as my sewing journey is concerned. As far as my crochet, the only thing that I've worked on is this piece right here. So I bought some yarn called Apricity, which is like a wool alpaca blend, which is like blown into some kind of casing. I don't know. But all I can say is that I'm loving using this yarn. I do own yarns that are all natural fibers, but I have not crocheted with them. And the only natural fiber that I have crocheted with is cotton. So we have the softest cotton. So I've used the Lily and Cream, and I've used the one by Hobby Lobby, the Loops and Threads cotton. I've used that. Wait, was that Loops and Threads? It might have been the Joanne brand. I don't know. One of those. Whatever this was. I think it was from Joanne. But I don't remember the brand. It wasn't, I don't know. It could have been Sugar and Cream or Lily and Cream, whatever they are. And then this knitpicks/crochet.com dishy cotton. Like, that's all I've used. I've never quilted with any other natural fiber other than cotton. And I own that type of yarn, but I have not crocheted with it. It's in my stash, but I have not used it. But I feel like even if I had, it's not going to be like this. This yarn, normally when I crochet, I try to crochet as quickly as possible because I just want to get as many stitches done as possible to get the project done. When I crochet with this yarn, it is an experience. It is an experience. It is so soft. It's so soft. I can't even explain. I can't even explain how soft this yarn is. And this is the yarn that Tony over at TL Yarn Crafts designed. It's called Happy Place Apricity. Now she came out with some Happy Place yarn. I don't remember if it was earlier this year or if it was last year. I feel like it was last year. And she came out with some yarn and it was a DK weight. And I was like, I don't really rock with DK weight yarn like that. So no, not for me. But this is a 6 yarn. Now to me, it does not work up like a 6. To me, it works up like a chunky 5. But it's rated as a 6. I am using a 9mm crochet hook, and I am loving working with this yarn. I'm loving it. I am going on a bus trip tomorrow morning. And it's going to be Adrian, myself, my mother, and my mother's aunt. And my mother's aunt is the same age as my mother. Or maybe younger? She's either a year older, the same age, or a year younger. Because, fun fact, my grandmother is the oldest of 13 children. And so my grandmother was having children at the same time that her mother was having children. So my grandmother has children who are the same age as her siblings. Specifically the last 3. So my grandmother's youngest 3 siblings are about the same age as her children. So love that about my family. So anywho, what was I saying? This yarn is so soft. So what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. I don't remember what I was saying before I said that. But anywho, doesn't matter. I've been just really enjoying this yarn. I've been really enjoying this project. This will be the project that I bring with me on the bus trip to Georgia. Because we're going to have hours on a bus, and why not crochet? Because I'm not the people person that Adrian is. Adrian's going to be talking, mixing, talking a bunch of shit. He's such a shit talker. And that's what he's going to be doing. I'm going to be probably crocheting this blanket. I mean, shawl, wrap, whatever you want to call it. I'm loving how this thing is coming out. I'm loving how soft this yarn is. I'm probably going to go ahead and, this is the skein that I'm working on right now. I'm working on the gray color. I've got 3 other colors in my bag, so I'm probably going to try to cake them up real quick before I leave. It would be great to be able to finish this before I get back. I'm not optimistic about that. To be honest, I'd be happy if I just finished the gray and got a row or 2 into the next color. Because I'm not really, this is not a crochet trip. This is not a retreat. This is a fun trip. But I'm going to be on a bus. Because normally, like, if I'm on a trip, we're in a car and I'm trying to engage the driver so that they stay awake and engaged and aren't like, because you know when you're driving long distances, it can be difficult, it can be hard, and so I try to focus more on engaging the driver than so I don't know. I'd be happy to get through this gray and get 1 row done of another color. That would be good for me. If I can get this gray done and 1 row done of another color. Because realistically, I am 60% of the way done with the gray, this first gray row. And I've plotted out the colors. Like I've tried to calculate how many rows I think I'm gonna get from each skein. And at this point I think I'm only gonna get 3 rows from the gray. And then, you know, the other colors as well. So honestly, I feel like I don't have enough yarn to make this. I'm hoping, I've done some math. I'm hoping that I have enough yarn with the 7 skeins for this to be large enough. But I'm not sure. Based on my math, it's going to be a little bit smaller than what I was hoping for. So I don't know if that means I'm gonna have to order a few more skeins or not. I don't know. So I'm basically just gonna work this up, and when I get to the end, I will make a determination at that point if I want to order more yarn to make it bigger. It's going to be based on my calculations. It is going to be big enough to use, but it's just not going to be as large as I thought. Because in the original video, the creator, I'm tired, says that her shawl is long enough to go from arm to arm and still have a little bit of overhang, right? So to go from arm to arm and still have some overhang, and I don't think the yarn that I have is gonna get me there. So we shall see. I think that's one of the reasons why I like to use established patterns with the established yarn, because then I don't have the anxiety, right? When I do something like this, it brings a bit of anxiety to the project, right? It brings some anxiety because it's like, I don't know if I have enough fabric. I don't know if I have enough yarn. Like anytime I'm doing something where I'm kind of not following what the pattern writer said in the way that they said it, because that's been tested, right? So when you're doing a quilt or you're doing a crochet project, that project has been done before. It's been tested. And so there's some level of comfortability of knowing these are the materials that I need to make this project. Whenever you are deviating from that, it breeds a level of anxiety for me. Now, some people like that. Some people are more creative and they like that not knowing, oh, I don't know if I got enough. Okay, well, let's see. And then maybe if you got unlimited money, you can just order stuff. You know what I mean? Like, but that's not the space that I'm in. I can't just order, like, because this yarn is only sold at Hobby, whatever it is. That's the only place it's sold. So I'm getting it shipped from overseas to me. It's not like I can just return it like that. You know what I mean? It's not like the yarn I buy at Joann, I can take that, it can be 6 months later and I can take it back. Take it right on back to Joann 6 months later, right? I can't do that with this. And so I have to be a bit more judicious. I have to be a bit more careful. And it just lends a level of anxiety to the creation aspect. And I don't like that, which is why I normally follow established patterns. And I use the exact same materials that they use. Because part of this process for me is, it's like therapy. It's comforting. It's relaxing. It allows my brain to not think about life and to think about other, like, to focus on a task, right? And for me, focusing on a task is a break from my brain. But with this project, I don't get that same break because I'm constantly worried about, like, I literally have an entire spreadsheet. So I literally, this first section here, I literally counted how many stitches I made, because it's all double crochet. I counted how many stitches I made. And then I kind of did a gauge swatch on my own. And then I tried to calculate how many stitches I could make with a certain amount of yarn, right? Because it's 100 and, what is it? 100 and, how many yards? 131? 131 yards. So I basically tried to calculate how many stitches I could get with 131 yards. And then I kind of extrapolated that, and I literally, because every row you increase by six stitches. And so I literally made a spreadsheet saying, you know, row 2 has 6 stitches, row 3 has 12, row 4 has 18, row 5 has 24, and so on and so on and so on, to try to calculate how many rows I could get. And then I based on this first section here, I tried to calculate how much yarn it would take to get a certain number of stitches. And basically, I knew that I could get 5 rows from this color here. And then I knew I could only get 4 rows from the green. And then after that, I can only get 3 rows until I think I can get 3 rows out of every color that I have left. So I can get 3 rows of the gray, and then I can get 3 rows out of these other colors. And I still have a little bit left of this dark green. I know I can get one row out of it. I don't know if I can get two. So I'm probably going to work this dark green back into this at some point. Maybe when I finish the gray, I'll do the dark, another row or two of the dark green. I'm pretty sure I can't get two rows, but I can probably get one. No, I can, not probably. I can definitely get one. So I'm going to work this thing up, and at the end of it, if it's not as large as I would like it to be, I might go ahead and order more yarn. But I will say this yarn has been a joy to work with. I did have to frog it. I would be further along. But this green section here, I had to rip out so many times. I got like 2 rows into the green and realized that back on this fuchsia, on one of the rows, I forgot to use, I did 1 double crochet as my last stitch instead of 2 like I was supposed to, which threw everything off. And so I had to rip it out, redo it, and then do it again. And so then I got all the way to the last row and then realized I made another mistake. And I had skipped a stitch that I was supposed to crochet into, and it threw my count off again. So if I hadn't made that mistake twice, those 2 mistakes, I would already be done with this gray. I'd be done with this already. I'd be done. But I'm not. But I did get some experience with taking this yarn out. It's not the best yarn to frog, but it's not the worst either. But yeah. So I'm actually happy to work on this. I'm going to probably, it's easier to work this yarn from a cake. So I'm probably tonight going to take the other 3 skeins and roll them into cakes. And I don't think I need to bring anything else with me. I just don't see me finishing this and being able to start another project. I don't see it. I don't see that happening, because one thing about a project like this is that every row takes longer than the next row. Every row has more stitches than the one before it. So every row takes longer. Whereas when you're working in rows from side to side normally, like just making a square or rectangular afghan, that's not something you have to worry about. Every row is the same. But with this, every row is bigger than the one before it. So I'm excited. I love this yarn so much. It's the softest. It's so soft on my hands. It's soft on my skin. It's lightweight. It's breathable. It's really spoiling me, to be honest. But anyway, as far as quilting, I haven't done much. I have a project that I'm working on. I did chain stitch some pieces through, but not many, maybe like 10 pieces. I haven't done a whole lot this week. Oh, excuse me. I just really been slow crocheting this, and that's it. I did start it over from scratch. I had started this with a larger hook, and I wasn't sure if I liked it, and I downgraded to a smaller hook, which I prefer much better. And I've just been enjoying the process. I've just been enjoying the process of making this. I don't think I've ever enjoyed crocheting something so much as I have with this. And it's a combination of the softness of the yarn, the colors, and this magnificent crochet hook from Furls. This 9mm red metal crochet hook has been, like, all of it has just been a joy. I'm just enjoying the process I'm loving it. Anyway, I said this video would be shorter, but it's not. It's actually now 2 minutes longer than the last one. So I'm going to wrap it up. And that is it for me. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you.